Boulder Creek Community Church. This is Stephen. We're back in our study about finding Christ in the Old Testament. And today is one of these ones where the connection is really clear. The connecting you make is really valuable. So I hope you guys get a lot out of this. This was a big mind blower for me. This was introduced to me by a buddy of mine named Zach. Wanted to also introduce you to my friends. We got Mr. Frog 2, and Alan. Good friends of mine. Definitely have kept me company many a night. But let's start this off by opening up to 1 John 2:15 and 16. And here John is talking about the types of sin that exist, the kind of sin that separates us from God. And he really brings it down to kind of three roots of these sins. And I'll read real quick. For do not love the world or anything in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For everything in the world, the cravings of sinful man, the lust of his eyes, and the boasting of what he has and does, comes not from the Father, but from the world. So we have three types of sin laid out here. Ready? Once again, cravings of sinful man, lust of the eyes, and boasting of what he has and does. Now these three things weren't just, poof out of nowhere. This wasn't just something out of the top of his head. What he's talking about here are the same sins that have plagued humanity since the start, and I mean the start, Adam and Eve, and the same sins that Christ overcomes in the wilderness. So if we bring it back and we look at Genesis, and we go to Genesis 3 verse 6, we see these three same sorts of temptations are what caused the downfall of man. So, they eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and when they're asked by God, why did you do this? Well, they say, well, the woman saw the fruit of the tree. It was good for food. So we said before, cravings. It was pleasing to the eye. And of course, that's lustful eyes, right? In the previous one, I talked about lustful to the eyes, so it looked good. It was desirable for gaining wisdom. So once again, feeding your pride, feeding yourself, feeling, boastful, those kind of things. So, of course, and those are the three sins that kicked us out of the forest, which separated us from God. But at the same time, these same few sins, these same three sins that separated us from God, the same ones John is talking about, are the same ones which Christ overcomes when he's in the wilderness for 40 days. So Christ is in the wilderness for 40 days, and he's met with three temptations from the devil himself. I don't know if you guys remember these, but I'll go through them real quick. I got my notes. Matthew 4, 1 through 11. First, Jesus is tempted by the devil to turn a stone into food. So once again, just like Adam, it would look good to eat. The devil, eat this bread. Doesn't that look good? You could turn this rock into bread. Wouldn't that be good? So he tempts him with his appetite. Christ overcomes it. He quotes the book of Deuteronomy, I think, in all of these times. Next, he's told, he's brought up to the top of this temple. He says, jump off, you're so powerful, you're so mighty because you're the Son of God that, angels will catch you. So what's he playing into there? What kind of sin is he trying to get Christ to commit? Trying to get him to be boastful, to have pride. God could, jump off, and he is powerful enough. And literally, the passage the devil quotes is not incorrect. Christ could jump off and he would be fine. But what he doesn't want to do is he doesn't want to fall into temptation of the devil. So he overcomes that. He overcomes the second temptation that the Adam and Eve came up against, boasting and pride. And finally, he's brought to a mountain and he's told if he bows down to the devil, that he'll be given power over all the earth. And what's that one, right? Lustful eyes. He sees something that's beautiful. Oh, this could be yours, Just like the apple looked good. Or, in our life, there's all sorts of things where our lustful eyes catch us away from Christ, pull us away from Christ. So in all three of these cases, Christ overcomes. Unlike Adam, unlike Eve, who separated us from God for all of eternity and brought death into the world, right? That's what happens, right? When they did that, they not only brought physical, earthly death, but they brought eternal death into the world. When Christ came to earth, he overcame those. And this isn't a small thing. This is so important because if he didn't do that, if Christ had failed, if he ever sinned in his whole life, but this story, this bit of his life is especially emblematic of him undoing this because by him not sinning and becoming a perfect sacrifice for us, he was able to undo what happened to Adam. Those three sins, or those three roots of sin, which crushed humanity, were now overcome in Christ. And when he died on the cross and gave his life as a perfect sacrifice, because he didn't sin in his life, and because he overcame those same sins, he's able to set us all free. And so that's the beauty and the importance of this contrast between Adam and Christ and these three sins that they overcame. I hope that's valuable for you guys, and I will see you guys on Sunday.